In this video, I'm going to show you how we can create a voting app using the MIT App Inventor. And this is the totally dynamic app. It means you can change the name and the images from the Firebase. So we are going to connect it. So let me just show you a step by step everything here. So first of all, we need to click on the new project, and my project name is Voting App New 2024 and okay. And here you can see our first screen. Okay. Now we need to design this app. Okay. Now, first of all, I'm going to use here the vertical arrangement. So in the left side, you will see the layout. Just close the user interface, click on layout, and you can see the vertical arrangement. Just drag and drop it. And just make this to the height and width is fill parent. Like this. Now, we need to use here one horizontal arrangement. So I'm going to use here the horizontal arrangement like this and make this width is fill parent like this. You can make your height is also fill parent like this. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to design the first row here. Okay. So this is the horizontal arrangement. So we need to drag and drop here one image like this. And we need to use here one button where people can vote, but we need a name bottom of that image. How we can add it? So we need to again add one vertical arrangement under the horizontal arrangement. So click on the layouts and can see the horizontal. So we need to add the vertical arrangement here, this one. So just drag and drop vertical arrangement here, this one. Now we need to drag and drop images under this, and we need to drag and drop one label also to put the name like this. Now we have this button, we have this image, and we have that text. So for the image, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just make height and width is 200 pixel. Okay. To height and width both should be 200 pixel like this. Now for the name, I'm going to just here the name one because this name going to be a dynamic. Okay. So we are going to fetch that name and images from the Firebase. So like this, make sure vertical arrangement, make this in a center, all the thing like this, and make the horizontal also all this thing are like in a center, and make sure the vertical that should be also in a center, all the things like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, click on that button and you can change that button width. So I'm going to make that width is like around 50%. And then I'm going to just make that text to something VOT vote like this. Make that font size to 20 like this, and make that height. You can make height as like 20% or 30%. 20% is fine. 20%. Okay. Now we need to use here one voting count also. We need to use here again one more vertical arrangement. So we can see the layout, this, and this is the vertical arrangement. I'm gonna add here the images and label. Okay. So for that, first of all, what you need to do here, you just need to make all this thing in like this one should be like fill parent to automatic like this. So you have that image. Okay. You can just change the font size to tablet size. So for that button, I'm going to just make like, let's try to make this width is automatic. So I can see it like this here. Okay. Now I'm going to add here, click on user interface and drag and drop here one label like this. Okay. Now this is done. Now make sure that vertical arrangement should be also in a center like this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make that vertical arrangement is all the thing is fill parent, horizontal is width is fill parent like this. Now make that tablet size to the font size like this. So this is our overall app design. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to design that button. Okay. So you can just change that background color to something like this. I'm going to use for the voting like this. Okay. And for this label, this is the count. So I'm going to make it here, the value is 0 for now, and make this font size 20 or make it 30 because it's a count. Okay. And now we have completed the one portion design, which means we'll use here one member image here. Here is a name. So you can make it font bold or like, make it like 18 at least. Now what we need to do here, make sure we need to just copy and paste that whole horizontal arrangement and just Control V, and we have 2 here. Done. Now, what we need to do here, I'm going to add one more horizontal arrangement here, okay, between this vertical arrangement. As you can see here, we have vertical arrangement and we have two horizontal arrangement. So I'm going to add one horizontal arrangement again because I need to show the winners over here. So I'm going to add the horizontal arrangement like this, like here, and make that with this fill parent. And so let's add the label here, okay, like this, and add one image also here, like this, okay, and make this thing in a center like this, okay, and make sure that image should be the height and width is like, 100 pixel. It's done, okay, and that text is like, winner something, and make it at least 20, like this. You can change the background color of this also. So go to the custom, here the color plate, you can choose any color from here, okay. So let's suppose the purple, let's try. Make sure we need to change the text color to the white, so it's look fine, like this, make it font bold. And that winner image will pick from that both members. Suppose this member have the 10 votes, but that member have the, another member have the 9 votes. So automatically here you will see the one person, the winner one, in the first one's picture here, okay. So this is the overall design we have completed. That's the design, okay. You can change here a lot of things like color. You can change the combinations. I'm going to add the vertical arrangement color should be like, some lighter color. So light color is like this one. I'm going to add it here. But make sure all the, arrangement, you need to make sure that background color should be none, like this. Okay. So like none for the all, like you can just add. Cool. So that's the overall design we have completed for our dynamic voting app. Now let's create a Firebase account. So first of all, open the firebase.google.com. Now we need to connect our Firebase database with our MIT App Inventor. So go to the console. You need to create an account, like you just need to log in with your Gmail account. And then we need to click on the create a project. Click on this. And your project name is suppose voting app 2024. And click on the continue. And click on the continue again. Select any account and create project. So here's the run. Let's click on the continue. Click on the build option in the left side, you'll see, and you can see the real-time database. Let's click on this. And now we need to here do one thing. We need to use here that URL. So let's create a database, real-time database. And you can see the create database. Click on that create database and you just need to click on the continue option and just next and enable this. Make sure that we need to go to the rules option and we need to enable that rule here from make it true like this and like this, and make sure that publish. Go to the data option, copy that URL, go to the MIT App Inventor. In the left side you will see here, just close it. You can see the experimental, just turn off the Firebase TV here, and you can see the Firebase URL. We need to paste that URL here like this. Okay. Now we have successfully connected our Firebase, that database with our app. Now we need to store the value. It means the votings we need to store, and we need to fetch the person's name, that the image. Let's suppose the Donald Trump, we need to fetch the image. We need to fetch the Kamala Harris image here. So first of all, let's go to the block here. Okay. First we need to fetch the information. So while we will fetch, whenever someone open our app, okay. So click on the screen and you will see the when screen will initialize. Okay. So once the screen will initialize, we need to fetch the data. So first of all, we need to store the data here, right? So let me just store. First of all, you can do one thing. You can create an app here and you can create a database, or there's one more easy way to create it. Okay. So let me just show you the easy way. So go to the MIT App Inventor, just call it the Firebase, and you can see the store value like this. And for the tag, I'm going to use here one tag is like, first tag is the person name, p name 1, like this tag. And value we need to store, we can store the like p name 1 is the null value. And again, I'm going to just call one more is like p name 2. Okay, this is the person name 2. Now let me just run this app. Simply just run it. Okay, AI companion, or I'm going to use here, and I'm going to use my phone here. Once the screen will initialize, then that Firebase is store the value in this app. Okay, so let's wait some seconds. So we don't need to worry about app name or something. Let's go to here. You can see automatically the app is created. and you can see the name 1 and name 2 is also created. Now we can work further. Like we have just created person name, person 2. The person name I'm gonna put here, like suppose Kamala Harris. Make sure wherever you put the name, you need to put quotation like this. Okay, so double, and under this you just need to say here the Kamala Harris like this, and another name you can just put here the Donald Trump. Right now we have person 1 name, person 2 name. Now let's click on that plus icon and is like P image 1. Okay, and the value just double quotation and just put anything like img and enter. Person 1 image, so we need to find the image person 1. So suppose the person 1 image is Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris, and just use the Wikipedia here. Okay, here click on that image, open image and new tab, and you'll see the .jpg URL. Go to the Firebase, go to here, and double quotation. Under double quotation we need to put the URL like this. Now we need to just again add one more, like P image 2. This is the person 2 image. Now I need to put the Donald Trump image. So like this one, I'm gonna go here, right click, open image in new tab, and just copy this image, go to the Firebase. It's really simple, and make sure double quotation is really important. Okay, and just put it and done it. You can see we have the 2 person image, their image also. Now we need to add the one more variable for the voting. So vote person 1 and the value is 0 for now, and again vote 2 and the person value is like the value is 0 again. Done. So now we have the this thing, the total variable is 6. Person 1 image, image 2, person 1 name, name 2, vote 1, vote 2. Done. Now let's go to the MIT App Inventor. Sure, don't call this again, just delete it, delete this. Done. Now what we need to do here, we need to fetch the data. Okay, so this is important. So we need to call the list of all tags. Okay, so let me just click on the Firebase, and you can see the get tag list, this one. Call it here like this. Okay, now once we get the all tags from this Firebase, which means all the values, so we need to assign all these values in these variables. Like we need to assign the image 1 value, image 2 value, right? Okay, and the name also. So how we can do this? So we need to check the variables and then the value. So for that I'm gonna use here, click on Firebase, and you can see once we got the tag list. Okay, so once we have a list, so we need to use here a for each loop when the Firebase dot tag list. Okay, so I'm going to use here the for each loop. So to fetch the all the list one by one. Okay, what is the list? So this value is the list like this. Okay, Firebase again, and you can see the get value, this one, and then what we're getting, the tag is the item like this. Now once we get the value, suppose we fetch the p1 image, okay, because it's a loop. Okay, so first that will fetch the p image 1. So once this fetch p image 1 tag, it means this tag, it means we need to call here the got value, Firebase got value, this one. So once we got the value, so we need to check is that is really a same tag that we are fetching. So I'm going to use the control and use the if, use the logic like this. If that tag, okay, if that tag, okay, p image is equal, okay, so which one is equal? So we just need to check if that text, and we know that p image 1. So I'm going to just type here p image 1 is equal that tag. Then we need to set that value to in this image 1. Okay, so go to the image 1 and set image dot picture like this, and the picture is like the URL. So I'm going to use the text component like this. Or sorry, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just get the value and add it here like this. Simple. Okay, now the same thing we need to apply for the all tags, like if this, and again I'm going to use again another tag. If the tag value is image 2, okay, then we need to set that in the another image 2 like this. Go to here, this is the image 2, yes, image 2, go to the block. Now again we need to just copy paste this, and we need to check the tag. So where is the tag? This one, p name 1. Okay, this is the tag, so p name 1. So if that is the name, okay, p name 1, it means that is the person 1, so it means the label 5. Okay, So go to the block and you can see the label 5 dot this set, and we already have assigned the value as here name Donald Trump like this. You can change anything right here. You can add any other name also. So I'm gonna add just text component. Sorry. So I just need to add the value. Simple here. Get value like this. Okay. The same thing I need to do it for the all. Okay. So it's just simply like, let's click on again like this. If the tag value is person name 2, then I need to just check the person name label 3 is the second one person name. So this is the label 2. Sorry, let me just check again. Yeah, label 3, it's a label 3. Sorry, label 3 is the get value. Again, I need to check more. Is like which value I need to check? I need to check the votes also. Okay. So simply, if the tag is like, there is a vote 1. So suppose vote 1, okay, and vote 2, both here, okay. So like this. So we need to set all these votes. Vote 1 is going to be set here. So label 2, or for this, label 4, okay. So label 2 like this, and this is for label 4 like this. Simple. Now we need to update that signed value to the Firebase also. So I'm going to create one variable that will store the actual real-time values for our votes, because the multiple people are doing the votes here. Okay. So I'm going to just set the variable vote 1, and I'm going to assign the value to 0 here. And the same thing I'm going to just assign to another variable like vote 2, and it's also 0. Now I need to, every time whenever we update the vote, so we need to set the same value in the Firebase also. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just set the value here. So set, whenever we the value calls, we need to set the get value like this here, and the same thing we need to do it here also. Okay, this is for the vote 2. Okay, this is for vote 1 like this. Simple. Now whenever someone click on the button, so we need to send the we need to increase the votes, and we need to send that value also to the Firebase. We need to store that. Okay, so how can I do this? So it's really simple. Let's go to the design, and you can see this is the button 1. So once the people click on the button 1, so where is the button 1? Here like this. So we need to increase the value of votes. Okay, so how we can do this? And let's click on the Firebase. So I'm going to store the value first, this one. And in which tag I need to store the value? Vote 1. Okay. So simply go to the text here, come to here. This is vote 1, and value to store. Which value I need to store? So I need to store that value. Okay. I'm adding this value because this is the variable value that will update. But I need to increase the, votes every time. That means that should be like going to be a plus. Okay. Every time. So it's a simple formula. Go to the math and you can see this one. Call it here, get the global value, and that will increase by 1. Simply like this. And the same thing we need to do one more thing here. Every time once we increase the value, we need to set that value in the global variable also. Okay, like this here. So once we store the value, so we need to add that value in the global variable. Once the global variable updated, that value can reflect on all the apps. Same thing we need to apply for the another button, and another button name is called button 2. So the button 2 is like this, and the tag will be the vote 2, and that global variable vote 2 and vote 2, and set here the vote 2. Simple as that. Now once we store the value, we need to fetch the value once the Firebase got updated. Okay, call the Firebase, and you can see the data changed. So whenever the data change on the Firebase, we call the vote values, these values. Okay, because multiple people are voting, so every time that will that will update it. So every time once the Firebase data update, it means votes update, we need to fetch the current value. So once the data changed, so we need to get the value, and which tag we need to get? It's simple. It's like it's a vote 1 like this, and if there is no value, then okay, so I'm gonna just get it from like vote 1 variable, and the same thing I need to call it for the both, like vote 2 also. Simple as that. Now this is done. Now we need to check who is winner here. Okay, so for that I'm going to use here the simple conditions, really very basic. whenever the data is changed, whenever the data got updated, so every time we have the, vote 1 and vote 2 both value. So I'm going to use here the control if, like this. If the label, you can see that we have votes, and votes is label 2 and the label 4, like this. So if the label 2, you can just call it here, label 2 value, label 2 dot text value, like this one, is greater than, okay, is less than, is greater than label 1 value or label 4 value, then the first person is the winner. Okay, here. So how we can display it? So it's simple. Is like in the winner tab, you can see this is the image. Okay, and I'm gonna just make it height should be automatic, like this, and this is the image 3. Okay, so in the image 3 is image 3 is here, this one, set image picture, and this will get that picture from where. If this is the person first, it means we can fetch it image 1, image dot picture, like this. The same thing I'm gonna do this one, so as if this one, if the label 2 is less than, okay, by label 4, then who is the winner? Is image picture 4, like this one image, this image is this image is 2. So picture image 2, and picture image 3, that will set the image 2. That's it. Now if there is nothing, okay, there is no one is condition is true, it means they are equal, then how we can set it? It's simple. We need to set that picture with any image you can set. So I'm gonna just set here one text box, and I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use the pixel. Okay, this is the neutral something I'm gonna use here. Okay, this is the neutral one. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use this picture. So right click on that picture, open image in new tab. You can see that is the URL of image. Go to the MIT App Inventor and paste it here. That's it. So that's really amazing. Let's try to run this. Okay, you can see we have 0 votes right now. So let's click on the vote for this. Compilers. Oh, there's one. Winner is 1. Like this. You can see. Now you can increase the votes count like this. Now if you want to change the person, okay, and if you want to change and reset all that campaign, how you can do this? It's really simple. Go to your app, and you can see the all values. You need to change the images here. You need to change the picture to image. You can change the name. So let me just try this. Okay, so I can see the values here. Now let me just try to change it from the Firebase. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna just find someone else as Sabrina Carpenter here. Here we are, and here's the Wikipedia, and just right click on the image, open image in new tab like this. Okay, now copy that image. Oh, it's really very blurred. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one picture, open image in new tab, and it's fine. Okay, here, and I'm gonna go to the Firebase, and for the image one, I'm gonna use here this one. Okay, and for this one, I'm gonna just make sure this is really important. As you can see here, there's nothing changed right now here. I'm gonna refresh this app, or whenever people will open this app, they will see. So I can see there's nothing image. The reason is I'm gonna show you. It's really important that whenever you paste that URL, make sure you need to use the double quotation, and then under this you need to paste it. It means there will be a double quotation automatically like this. You can see the multiple double. So in the string you need to use the double, and in the number you don't need to use anything. You just need to enter the number and enter, and you can see the image here will be here. Let's refresh this. Whenever someone open an app, the screen will initialize and the image will look like this, right? So you can change the name here also like this from here, Sabrina, like this. For the Donald Trump, you can just change the name to, Ali. Let's try to open a refresh our app here from like this and try this. Oh, Sabrina and Ali. That's really, there's nowhere. So this is really a voting app you can create using the MIT App Inventor dynamic voting app. If you have any doubt, you can ask me on comment. Thank you so much for watching this series on a voting app. Have a nice day. Be safe. Bye-bye. And we need to wait some second and it's loaded. You can see the Donald Trump and the Kamala Harris. Now you can vote. I can see the winner is nothing right now. Let me just try to vote for Kamala. So let's click on 1. You can see the winner is Kamala Harris because Donald Trump has 0 votes right now. Let's try to put 1 vote here. You can see winner is no one. Let's try to put 2 votes here like this. You can vote like this, right? And you can vote now. Let's vote for the Kamala Harris, 3, 4 like this. Now all these value is saving in this database. As you can see here, the 4, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and I have used here the image URL to fetch the images to this image box. So we can change the name and the images using the Firebase. So we don't need to create multiple apps. We can use this app for multiple votings.